Oh shit. You there, Jason? Got it. You're grabbing headphones. Yeah, we can't hear you for sure. Cool. Be just a second.
All right, Jeff, can you hear me?
Yep, I got you now.
Okay, weird. I don't know. My MacBook headphones aren't, or the microphone isn't working. So I was saying, I changed this probably a month or so ago, the meeting because it was set up with the old Mr. Texas account. I wasn't sure how long that was going to be active.
Sure.
So it should be pinned at the top of the Facebook group, and I keep putting it in WhatsApp. So I don't know.
Well, I'm getting automated emails 10 minutes before the meeting. That's how I joined that room. So th-
Oh,
those are still going out, just FYI.
let me hold on. Let me sign out. Let me see if I can still sign in that. So that other account must still be active then. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Let
just
me
so you
let
know.
me okay, let
Fucking
me log in.
technology, man. Technology is
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's kind of like you set up all those automated systems and then they just like keep running, right? Like they're supposed to.
Yeah, I'm
Self-storage
dealing.
updates.
Yep.
All right, let me kill this thing. uh, how do you turn it off? Huh. Well, I'll figure that out. We can talk about kind of what's going on here.
Okay.
Um, oh, here we go. Delete. Perfect. Oh, you know what? It says now I can send them an email. I'll say new. Let's do that. Oh, but I have to log in the other account. Yeah. So I was a little surprised when I had paid for doors and we were short by four.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I wasn't happy about that.
I'm assuming it was a couple of at least two trucks. So I guess they didn't count them when they got them dropped off at the guys. It's not even the warehouse. I think it's actually at the manufacturer's place. I
Yep.
was a little surprised.
Yeah. I bit my tongue on that one. We will get back to it, and hopefully it all shows up Monday like it's supposed to. So
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous.
so I got us set up on easy self storage.
Okay.
So we are building out our website right now to start taking payments. I mean, we're down to crunch time. I am pushing on our project manager real hard to get a firm date when people can drop their stuff off. So we're kind of talking about how he's going to paint and finish everything in tranches a little bit, because what he's going to try to do, what we've settled on, because I was really putting the screws to him about November 1. I wanted people in there, and so he was going back and forth with me on what he was unwilling to commit to that, and so what we settled on, which was amicable to me, was that he would get And
Oh,
you,
Jeff.
you, you, you know how the buildings are set up, right? So like
Yeah.
he's going to get at least one ready for move in. And so then we can start doing the pre-lease stuff, um, and getting people's credit cards on file. And so I'm going to look at next week. I'll be working on getting us a banner for the fence. If you can go down there and hang it up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Okay. Cause, the I have a call scheduled with them. Easy Self Storage will do, uh, they have a add-on that we can do for, answering the phone service.
Oh, cool.
So I'm going to see what that looks like and figure out if that's something we'd like to have or not. I'm for the banner. I'm just going to drive it to a QR code that's going to drive to our website,
Okay.
um, so that they can just go up there and scan that or whatever, and then straight into our portal, straight into like purchase a unit.
Okay.
Um, so that's kind of my update for things.
Well, and if you want, I'll text you Christina's address, and you just have everything sent here because I'm here most of the time anyway, and she's like 20 minutes from the storage facility. She's down in Mo City,
Okay,
so that would be ideal.
perfect. Yep,
But
absolutely. I'll text you on that, and we can get lined up with that.
okay. Other than that, man, I mean, shoot, it's just get the rest of this. This is the part of the project that I absolutely hate because it's like you're 90% done, but you're not 100%. So it's like just getting it over that last little bit. Um, but yeah, I think it's just stay on top of our guy and figuring out when it's actually going to be done so we can get everybody moved in. Um, uh, I will float probably next week or the week after once we get a little bit more comfortable with our date. Uh, I will float this project to um, a buddy of mine who is a commercial broker here in town and see if he's got any folks that are interested. Kind of want to get closer to where we got lights, and automations in and all that stuff. And we're starting to do lease up and really look at pricing and all that, and then start floating a pro forma around to a couple of folks who said they might be interested in owning a self storage and say, hey, we'll give you a little bit of a discount, but here's the deal. It's brand new. Who wants it? Um, so I don't know. Maybe we'll get a buyer pretty quick out of the gate. That'd be kind of nice.
Yeah, yeah. I know that wasn't originally our strategy, but it kind of feels it like I'm okay with taking the money and rolling it into the next thing too. So that's perfectly fine with me.
Well, it also gives us that advantage with the banks where we sit down and say, hey guys, we went full circle with one in less than 6 months.
Yeah,
Um, and then the more I'm looking at it, like I like that deal up in Conroe. Uh, but I also like this idea of building new. Like it just seems, if you've got one that's already operating great, um, but man, building new looks like it's the same process, and you get all new stuff out of it.
right. Yep, 100%. I agree. So it's a good problem to have, but the next steps are a bunch of options. So
Yeah.
okay. Um,
All right.
I we need to get the trees cut down there. I'm still working on that, and then but besides that, we need to really just finalize what we're going to do about the lockout process because that's going to take a person. And
Mm-hmm.
so we're going to have to settle on how we're going to do that. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, but if you know anybody local down there, I mean, I'm just kind of fishing my options, and right now it's like management company type options, unless we put something out to an individual. Um, but
Well, I
like I
mean, since I'm right down the street, I mean, I could do some of that in the interim, but because we're talking about once a month, it's not that big of a deal.
yeah,
Um,
one day.
but I can find, I mean, shoot, there's a bunch of neighborhoods. I can find us a 18-year-old kid to do it for us. If we're just doing lockout. Uh, but we need something a little more permanent solution. Wow, there's plenty of folks in and around that whole area that could totally help us out. Probably
Like
I think once we get our process down, um, a Facebook post, probably get a couple guys that'd be interested that, retirees that literally live 2 blocks from there.
Yeah. And what I was saying last time, I think, is that like if we could get the guy who could do like the weed eating too, same dude,
Mm-hmm.
if that could be the same person, he could weed eat on lockout day and then he could go down twice a month, lock out, and then 2 weeks later to weed eat again and pick up trash. And then that would literally be the extent of what they're doing.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, it would be great if you would do it for a minute so we could document our processes and then figure out like what our true needs were, and like how many days you actually have to go down there, because then we have an understanding of like what it looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can totally do that.
Okay. All right. That works well then. Let's push for that and then we'll figure it out real quick and then get somebody in that role, because to maximize our selling potential, we need to have that role filled, obviously.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because they're just going to want to, hit download checks at the end of the month and
Right.
and approve new folks, right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Okay.
all right. Well, I don't have anything else. So,
It's really just down to the nitty gritty. We're like 93% done, and it's like all the shit we're like you forget. And so we're doing lights right now, and interior and exterior lights. We're doing timer switches. They're doing the electrical. They're doing the paint. Um, we've got to get a video camera system up and running, and besides that, it's just build out this website. And oh, and we need the locks. We need to buy locks and video cameras and lights. So that's
mhm.
kind of where we're at. We're at the final push to finish. So we just need to stay on Larry, make sure he's focused on this project and continuing to push us through so that we can get that actual hard date to put our first customer in there. Because it's not real
Oh,
until we get some cash for it, right?
oh yeah, absolutely.
So that's where I'm at, man.
All right. Well, we'll do this again next week, and hopefully, I'll have some more updates for folks. But that's all I got for right now.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
All right. Cool. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.